Well, hello. Hello and good morning, friends. Thank you so much for joining us while we are in this process of sharing the good word of being here. We'll love a shared tweet about this conversation as we get ready to talk about this new initiative. And with me co-hosting today is Paul and Mike, who are our partners here with this new initiative. We have been working nonstop in trying to make this work and logistics and all, but we'll talk about a little bit more about that as we go along. But in the meantime, hello, Paul. How are you? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you? How's it going? Um, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, this is an amazing day. This is like one of those things where you come up with an idea and you start to work on it, and all of a sudden we're at the point where it's actually a thing. And we're super excited, super thankful, um, to have these amazing mentors come and stand beside us and offer their time and their expertise. It's really incredible. I'm so excited um, to have this finally out there, and to start this journey of mentorship for the community. This is something that's been on our heart for a long time, and yeah, really happy that we're at the point now where the public gets to participate in it. So welcome, and welcome to all our mentors. I see Roger, and I see FDOT, and I see Ryan down there, and I see Siobhan. So welcome. If you're not brought up yet, we will bring you up soon. Sorry about that. Or maybe Twitter's doing the thing where it looks like you're a listener, but you're actually a speaker. So um,
Yeah, we had that issue yesterday as well.
yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah, but with us on stage is our partner in crime, Mike. If you want to say hello and give a little shout out to the guests that are showing up before we get started.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Great. Great to hear your voice.
So good.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, yeah, really excited to, like Paul said, finally get to this point after, several weeks of planning. And, yeah, I'm really interested to, go through, all the applications and see who's interested in taking part. And I'm really happy to have this group of mentors. Um, Everyone kind of brings something different to the table, and I think anyone who applies will get some like good guidance in their particular field, and yeah, and hopefully this is something we can do, more than once. Like the idea that this is the pilot program, and we're going to continue on into the future if it garners a good response. So, kind of a nervous moment, I guess, um, but I'm really proud of everybody here for all the work so far. Let's keep it going.
We agree and so grateful for our mentors that are joining us. I'm just going to go around on what I see that we're able to respond to the speaker stage. So if you have a speaker, I'm going to just ask you to just say a quick hello before we get started. We'll start with Roger. Good morning, Roger. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. And thank you for being one of our mentors in the pilot program. How are you?
Good morning, Abrahani and Paul and Matt and Mind's Eye and so many more. It's exciting to be here. I really believe in the concept of mentorship, and no matter how busy you are or how hard things get or how much you're flying around, I think it's really important to leave a percentage of yourself open to things like this. And I said this behind the scenes and I'll say in front of it, it's a real credit to you to be pushing this kind of a thing forward and for you to be able to align the people that you did. That I'm looking around and seeing fellow mentors, and that inspires me to participate at an even higher level. So I can't wait for all that's to come. Thanks for having me.
We're honored that you are joining us. Thank you so much for your kind words. F. Dot, good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining us and thank you for being one of the mentors of the program.
Hey, everybody. Great to be here. Super excited to be a mentor for this program and just to look around and see all the beautiful, inspiring people that are a part of this and also just listening into this space. So, this year has been a big year of art residencies that I've been noticing. It's like a new trend in Web3. Like people are creating opportunities to lift other artists up and bring together artists of different backgrounds and skill levels and approaches. And I think the mentorship program you guys put together is such a great extension of that trend. But I hadn't seen it done before in this world. So really excited to be a part of it. And yeah, feeling like I got some new, bigger shoes to step into here. So thank you.
We love to hear that. And we agree. We think that this is a crucial time. And so let's take advantage and do amazing things with that. Welcome, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for being one of our mentors of the pilot program. How are you, Ryan?
Hey, I'm doing great, and thank you so much for having me. And hello, everyone who's here. Yeah, I'm also very excited. I love mentoring and working with other artists and sharing ideas. And I think that often mentors and mentees both get a lot out of it, and we can really inspire each other. And I think it was F. Dot wrote a really great thread also, like that we ourselves didn't have sort of a guidance or a roadmap or advice or anything when we were first sort of navigating this space. So to be able to sort of share some instinctual insights and experiences and whatnot, I think is something that can be useful and a lot of fun. So looking forward to it, and thank you so much.
We're so grateful to have you as well. Siobhan, thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this pilot program. I got the opportunity to see Siobhan recently and said, hello, welcome to the stage.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. As I had posted about it, like I talk a lot, but I'm very grateful that people think I have things that's worth listening to. So I'm really happy to be invited for this program. In my life, I've had mentors who have, been really helpful, blunt, helped change my mind on many things. And I think that also changed how a lot of the work I do, the career choices I make, a lot of them has been affected by all of these mentors. And I would love to be able to do that for somebody. So yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you. So grateful for the disposition of you all to being a part of this program. We do believe that we could do a lot of good. And for those that don't know about the program, I'll have Paul explain a little bit about the program and what we have working or what's going on in the back end. And so, Paul, give us a little bit for those that don't know, what is a mentorship program and how can they participate?
Yeah. So, thank you, and thanks again, everybody, for coming up. It's it's like one of those great things to hear the excitement for the from the people that are participating. So it's it's a nice indicator that this is something that, even though it's been on our heart, we realize that there are other people that feel the same way. So yeah, so the program itself can be. It's basically okay. So let's slow it down. My mouth sometimes gets ahead of my brain, so I have to figure out how to say things goodly. So um, yeah, our mentorship program here is it's a project that we started thinking about. I feel like this is actually the brainchild of Michael Sadowski, who came to the team and said, "What if we did something like this?" And this is the perfect opportunity for us to live out what we say that we're doing, which is here to support artists and collectors, uplift and support and educate. And now we're moving into that education realm of what we're doing, by way of using members of the community or asking or enlisting the members of the community who are established, who have experience here. And I love what Ryan said about, like, we didn't have this 3 years ago when we were coming into this space, just like running full steam ahead downhill. And so this is what we see as like this next kind of, if we want to solidify and we want to um, congeal the community a little bit and help build it so that there's an air of permanence to it. This is the way that we need to do it. So what what we're offering is mentorship with these fine folks here. Um, and what the program is looking like is the mentors will offer at least at first an hour-long conversation with a mentee, an applicant. The applications are on Light.Art website, right, Annie? Give me a thumbs up. Yes? Yeah, I think
And
it is. Yeah.
and I have it up here posted on top. So just
Okay, sweet.
hmm
Nice. Oh, I was scrolled down. I didn't even see that. Yeah. Um, nice. Yeah. So, if you're interested in becoming a mentee, mentored by one of these fine folks, then the application process is here and it is open. Um, and there's few short questions to answer, and some qualifying questions to make sure that you're a human being, and not a bot. But basically, this is going to be a relationship that's going to be set up once we've connected you guys. The relationship is going to be between you and your mentor, and there will be a conversation, a discussion of your goals or your concerns, or what it is you're actually looking to focus on, and yeah, then the conversation begins between you and your mentor, where you'll have an hour-long conversation to kind of establish the relationship, the goals, and then a few over the month, few more conversations that you guys will determine between the two of you, um, as far as follow-ups, check-ins. Somebody gets homework. How are you doing? How's it going? What are you running into? All these things between a mentor and a mentee that come to be a part of the equation. I think that was a good summarization, but Annie, if I missed something, please let me know.
You are doing amazing. You're doing great. I think the nutshell is come and be a part of this new initiative, and we will have more coming around. We're very hopeful for the upcoming months to add more mentors as the program continues. But in the meantime, Mike, I don't know if you want to jump in and add a few words to Paul's description of the program. And if not, I'll just move on into asking. Go ahead, Mike.
Sorry, I just had to scramble for the mute button. Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much sums it up. But it's also a way for just like new artists, or I don't even know, I don't know how to describe it, but just maybe like less experienced, or I don't like the word struggling, but people trying to find their way in the space, I guess, to connect with people who have found their way in the space. And but like the criteria is like really loose, right? Like, so whatever like the mentee needs assistance with or guidance on is that's like the topics you'll be covering, right? I was actually a mentor in 2021 for a Canadian Web3 startup. I'm not sure if they're around anymore, but in 2021, like, I was new to this space, and I was like, "Are you sure you want to you want me?" But then they paired me with somebody who, it was literally like their first day in Web3, and it turns out like I knew a lot, and it was we covered like buying crypto in Canada and setting up a wallet and what an NFT is and why there's value in it and why you want your art on blockchain, and then that student of mine went on to get a job with like a Web3 company, and then like 2 years later, he's asking me if I want to be part of exhibitions. So, like, just the cause and effect, I guess, of a program like this um, can really take someone places. So, I think there's like significant value in it.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. We do agree that there's so much to learn in this space that is ever growing. Even if you feel like you've been seasoned here, we are evaluating every applicant. And then we'll let the mentors choose their a mentee. And so in this process, I would like to go around the speakers, the mentors of asking what makes you excited about what we're doing, and if there's something you want to share here to the audience to sign up and be a part of this mentorship program. So we'll start with Siobhan, if you're available.
Oh no. Think first is so hard. I don't know. I think I'm just looking. Well, I don't even know if I'm looking. I think anybody who's currently still in this space, understands the space is a bit, not as exciting right now. There aren't as much sales. So whoever's here, I assume it's just because they like the art and they like the tech. And I think that's a good thing, right? And so, I just hope to be able to help this person figure out like how to really get into the space, how to find friends, and how to have a community of people to support each other with, how to consider and think about the work that they're putting out there. Yeah, like stuff like that really depends on what kind of questions they have. If they need me to onboard them, that would be very difficult for me. So like I can't do what Michael did, but if you're an artist and you're just asking artist questions, I think I would like to think I can help with that.
We love that. Thank you so much, Siobhan. And next on sorry, I had you, on the spotlight. I had you on alignment here with my phone, but, next we'll go with Roger. Roger, tell us a little bit why you're excited and if there's something you want to share to the attendees, to those that are here in the space as to why they should sign up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of value to a one-on-one mentorship relationship. I think it provides an opportunity to be just that little bit more vulnerable. I think we're all in the public spotlight to some extent. Anyone who's participating in social media, for that matter, anyone who's sharing their art, right? I think that's maybe the most vulnerable thing. But then understanding sort of, okay, well, how do I best represent myself? Or really, when you strip it all back, like, what is even your intent here? What do you want? Not everyone has the same answer to that. So I find mentorship to be sort of a safe space to peel back the curtain and say, okay, here's who I am. Here's what I'm after. Here's what I want. Here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I'm struggling with. Here's what's working. Just kind of dump it all out on the table and look at it together. And I think the best mentorship relationships are when each person is able to go all in a sense, right? To really block the time out, not have multiple screens open, be focused on each other. And that's personally what I'm looking forward to bringing. I'm looking forward to seeing who's willing to do that on the other side. And then I'm looking forward to doing that myself, blocking out all the noise and just saying, hey, who is this person? Why are they here? And I am who I am. Give you the best of me, and hopefully, we all walk out the other side better for it. I think that's an underrated part of mentorship, and I've always felt that way. Whenever I've I've had the luck and privilege and honor of being a mentee before. And whenever I've been a mentor, what I always find reflecting on that process is I get an awful lot out of that too. And I think that's an underrated part of mentorship. There's a benefit to the mentor as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love actually the fact that this is you're taking time to be intentional about whatever it is that you're interested here in Web3, whether, like you said, let's get it all out on the table. Let's figure stuff out. We're shutting everything down. And if you're going to enter into this, let's be as focused and use the time, to the best of our ability. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I've had opportunities, in the past, teaching, and I know that, just the amount of perspective that comes into play, or the things that maybe I didn't quite fully understand, but when asked to explain something, you all of a sudden have a realization, that maybe you didn't before. So being a mentor also is a great way to maybe even understand some things that have been cloudy for you. So um, I'll just say, if you're interested in being a mentor, reach out to us, because you probably have more to offer than you believe. Annie, who's next?
F. Dot, our good
F
friend F.
dot.
Dot, who I've also had the opportunity to see recently. And we're so grateful for all of you who have joined us. Thank you so much for being here. F. Dot, thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit why you're excited about the program, and why should some of the attendees here apply?
Yeah, I think I want to echo what Roger said about the idea of having intentional time to meet one-on-one with someone. Just feels kind of rare in this world where we're always doing these different events and shows and projects and getting like a repeated, you said it was 4 calls, right? Week by week. So 4 in a row, like that's just really focused time to see someone who really wants to grow together, and see what they can do. Because I think we underestimate what we can get done in a month, overestimate a lot of times what we can get done in a day, but underestimate what we can get done in a month. Also, yeah, I think I had some mentors in my journey to get where I am, and they were very instrumental in helping me see the world from their perspective, but I couldn't really find anybody who was balancing physical and digital art the way that I wanted to do it, and also would be a mentor. So yeah, that's something that I bring to this table that's a little different. Is I'm not just in Web3 in terms of my art practice. I'm really expanding into a lot of different areas like street art and physical art, and I know that there's people that are passionate about that here in Web3, but it's sometimes hard to find them or connect with them, or they're just not sure how to navigate it. So I hope I can help in that regard, and also just excited to learn from them, and whoever gets this opportunity can hopefully teach me some things. There was one piece of advice that I got early on. It's like, don't ask people for advice. Don't ask for people for advice or mentorship if they're light years ahead of you, because they won't even remember what it was like to be in your shoes. I don't consider myself like a master or anything, or a big artist. I don't like these words. I think these are sometimes limiting for those who just can't ever call themselves something like that, or don't see themselves as that. We're all artists, and we're all on at different points in this journey, and we're just like picking ideas out of this giant cloud that is the consciousness, the space between our brains. And I think when we have this intentional time, we all just get so much out of it. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but you get where I'm coming from, and I'm just so excited to see who gets it and see who applies.
Love to hear it. So much to learn, so much to share. Here we have Paul coming back up, who had technical difficulties. I'm sorry about that. But Ryan, thank you so much for joining. We would love to hear why you are excited about mentorship program. And I think all of you have shared so much valuable information. So it's okay to repeat, is what I meant to say. But we want to hear from you, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before, I'm super excited about it for lots of different reasons. But what I think is really interesting is what Siobhan was saying, is that, anyone who's here and interested in this at this point in time is because they're, truly passionate about what they do and want to continue to grow and learn. So the environment is just is really good for this type of program right now, because often in the past I've aside from actual other mentorships that helped artists who don't necessarily stick around, or they disappear or what have you. So I think it's a good environment and good context right now to do this. But as far as the artists that I would like to have a communication and relationship with, basically any medium is interesting to me. It's really about the passion and their commitment to the concept, and how willing and motivated they are to determine their goals, and basically just people that have questions and are focused on building their vision and finding that artistic focus and drive is usually where I think we have the most beneficial and useful conversations. So Yeah, I mean that's what I'm particularly excited about, and where I think that we can have the biggest impact is when there's that sort of meeting of commitment and devotion and intensity towards what we're all doing.
We'd love
Yeah,
to.
that's.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, Annie.
you're
No,
good.
I was just gonna. What Ryan, what you just said, just really resonates. I mean, passion. When passion sees someone else who's passionate about, something similar, or just like you appreciate the passion, right? So, to get people who are excited about the space or about art or about, community, whatever it may be. To offer that opportunity, that's great. I love that that's what you're looking for. Like it doesn't matter what you do here. Uh, like you're here to help encourage and to spur on that passion. So that's great. Um, yeah, I think at this point, Annie, we'll start to if people want to come up, ask questions. We would love to hear from you. So if you have a question, of our mentors or of us about the program, please don't be shy. Come on up, and yeah, let's have a conversation.
I do want to mention, for those that don't know, we hold weekly spaces. And if you want to be a part of a community that supports you, that supports your art, that if you have questions, you can always reach out. This is your bridge. This is the community that you're always welcome to share your work and talk and have conversations. We do have a Discord of which you share the work, and the work that's shared there, we posted. We're very intentional about posting work that's shared there, but also very intentional about supporting the artists that are in our community. And so we do try to be a part of some way, somehow, a community that if you're in need of, we're here for you. And so, as we are accepting requests for people to come up and ask questions, I do want to let you know that you're not alone in this space. If you have a question or if you feel like you need a mentor in the future, always reach out to us. We're never a deaf ear. We're always here to listen and participate. We love to participate with things that are happening within the space. And so, we want you to know that we're really here intentional about community. I know I am, right, Paulie?
You got that right, lady. Well, welcome up to the stage, Matt. Thanks for coming on up and being the first. It's always difficult to be the first, but we do appreciate you coming up. So welcome.
I know he unmuted himself, but I do not hear Matt. Do you, Paul?
I do not. I'm sorry.
Oh, Matt, I'm sorry.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
there he is. Nice.
Oh, hello. Thanks for having me up. And thanks for hosting this space. It's nice to see your faces, your little faces anyway, and to hear your voices as well. Appreciate what you guys continue to do for the space. It's fantastic. And this is a great initiative. So congratulations on launching it. And yeah, whether I'm involved or not, I look forward to kind of seeing how it all pans out. It's nice to hear from all of the speakers. I've got a question for all of them, actually, if that's okay. It's quite simple, but would you say that in your role as a mentor, you have a particular speciality that you're looking to impart, or an area of the industry, should we call it, that you have a particular interest in mentoring?
I'll, I'll go.
It's a
uh,
standoff.
I thought I'd
I'll
worked.
go. So like I have a background in fashion photography. I did it for about a decade, and I think for me, having come from being a freelancer in the commercial field, I've learned a lot on like being pragmatic and what does it mean to reach out to clients, what does it to mean, to make sure people know you exist. And I think I can be fairly helpful in that sort of direction on just like honestly, it's just go cold email people and make sure people know you exist. But like, I think like along those lines, I'm quite fitting for advising on, and also like really just trying to figure out like why you do what you want to do, what's the work that you want to express. I have to be frank, like I do not have a background in art history. I'm just personally just trying to learn on my own. But yeah, whatever I can help on my own journey and what is it to get for me to have gotten to where I am, I can share, what it took for me and what could be possibly applicable in this time and period.
That was a good answer, Siobhan. I think for me, it's really difficult to sometimes set apart opportunities from distractions. There's so many different things happening and so many different ways you can get your work out there. And I've juggled a lot of them over the years, and I've learned what works for me, and I've learned how to kind of measure what works for me in a more objective way. Even though I sometimes want to do something, it's not always best for me long term. So I think I can speak to that experience when artists are trying to figure out their next moves or where they want to set up a longer term project or body of work or collaboration setup. Also on the commercial side, I was a graphic designer for several years in my early 20s and mid 20s. So I can speak to that of how to get commercial projects that fuel some of your passion projects. And then also maybe how to use the commercial projects to even inspire your passion projects or leverage those connections to help your personal projects go further. So hopefully the person that I get paired with also is passionate about that overlap, whether it's commercial or physical or just something outside of the space, like figuring out how to set apart those opportunities from distractions.
Super valuable at that. Nice, good stuff, Siobhan. Good stuff at that. But just want to co-sign that people are lucky to get them as mentors, and Ryan as well, of course, and Carlos too. My specialty from a top level is synthesis of information. So I really like to start very, very macro first and understand the why, and who somebody is, and really just broader strokes with where they're looking to go and where they're looking to take their art. Similar to Siobhan, I'm not studied in art history, so that is not my personal strength, although I am fast catching up over the past bunch of years. And then when you drill down a level, my expertise is the digital art market, right? So it's taking a look. I have 1 foot in creative and collaborative land. I've had the absolute honor and privilege to collaborate with over 50 creators at this point in time. And on the other side, just understand the market, period, end of story. Just understand how the market moves, what it's interested in. And I tend to take a very pragmatic look at that, right? Sort of not get, I wish it was this. I mean, we all have our wishes, right? We'd all like to see X, Y, or Z happen, but I tend to stay rooted in what is actually happening at this time and place, where things are trending, and I can express a little bit of an opinion there, but then it's really looking to match up those things. Who is this person? Where are they looking to go? And as it relates to the digital art market, what is working now, and what are we seeing where some promise lies around the corner?
Yeah, for me, I do actually have a bit of an art history education. I got an MFA from 2009 to 2012, so I have that sort of background that I'm, more than willing to share the whole experience with. But then I worked as a documentary photographer and photojournalist for about 10 years after that. So I've also had to really grind through the editorial and commercial side of things, which actually in turn very much feeds back to the personal work, and the building your personal work is often what leads to more commissions as well. So that sort of like relationship between the two, to create a sustainable career is something that I think I can share some insight on. But also just conceptually, like the whole reason for doing something and the why, and finding the kind of core conceptual aspects of your work or your project or your whole artistic sensibilities and goals. That's something that I'm particularly interested in, because I think when you get those sort of foundational conceptual reasons behind the why, then it can really open up all the execution and the different ways you can actually facilitate those concepts into visuals.
Yeah, there's something so great about breaking things down to like the lowest common denominator, right? Like, and you nailed it right there, Ryan, of like the why. Like, there's a why. What is your goal? What is like it? Explain to me, in 3 sentences what it is. Why are you here? Why are you interested in this space? And what do you hope to do with either your art or how you interact in the space? So that's yeah, that's such a great take on it. Yeah, and all of you actually. There's like that thread of consistency throughout, which I absolutely love. We understand that there needs to be a space and time where there is as little distraction and as much focus as we possibly can on the subject at hand and the task at hand. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Ashton is here.
I
Or
just
Matt,
want to
did you want
say,
to follow up? Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
no, that's fine, Paul. Thank you. Just to say thank you. I appreciate that. It helps to kind of guide the rest of the other people that are also probably thinking of applying as well. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, speak to you soon. Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Okay. Ashton, floor is yours, sir. Welcome.
GM, everyone. As always, love your spaces and whatnot. Yeah, I just want to come up and say it's a wonderful program y'all are doing. Everyone involved. I feel everyone needs a mentor in some shape, way, or form. Just kind of help them guide them in terms of what they should or should not do, and kind of help them on their journey. And I feel like as individuals, we have certain things that we know, but we don't know, but that person may know, but they don't know. And then you kind of share upon that. And I feel like having this is like super important. Yeah, I just wanted to give props to everyone that is doing the mentorship, or the people that are just, helping out the people that are kind of struggling and kind of, getting a move and whatnot, I feel, with the space. And looking forward to see how this program pans out. And yeah, I could tell a lot of work's been put in on it. So just wanted to give you all your flowers. And yeah, amazing, amazing.
We're grateful for you, Ashton. Thank you so much for jumping up and giving flowers. I think it's a crucial time for artists as the space starts shifting and we see a downturn in artist participation. And so this is a great time. Mike, did you want to add to what the mentors were sharing about value? Paul?
No, I mean, I think yeah, I think it just goes back to what I just said, where like we're finding ways to eliminate distraction, right? And to hone in on not only eliminating distraction, but increasing the attention to the strongest parts of, whatever it is that you're focusing on. And a mentor is great in that respect where um, they can see objectively, right, where you're at, what you're saying you want, upon analyzing, where you say you're at right now. Now let's figure out the equation to be able to, um, again, eliminate some of these distractions and focus in on the things that can get us to your goal, right? The mentors help you create that straight line, right? The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And I feel like a mentor is a great way for, people to be able to, um, acquire and see the vision. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's great.
Yeah, so if you're wondering how to jump in and you weren't here from the beginning, how to jump into the mentorship program, we have applications down on the chat box, but as well here on the pin post where you can go to apply. You can also reach out to us. Our DMs are always open. I'm always checking. I'm always on and checking our Discord and our DMs to see if there's anything that we can be supporting you. But please apply. So next steps are, if you apply, we have till the 11th, so the applications will be open. Until then, we'll review them and then we'll send them out to our mentors and then we'll get you paired. And once that information goes out, your mentor will contact you and then set up your follow-up for your mentorship program to begin. From there on, it's between you and your mentor. And we hope to continue this. So if you've applied, we'll reach out when the next round will come out if we didn't get you paired up. But the idea is that we try as much as possible to pair up as many of you that have applied within the near future if it's not now. And so and we look forward to hearing your report and how this goes and if it's something that's beneficial and something that could be long term that we can continue to do, then we're happy to do that. If you would like to be a mentor, I know we haven't really said much about that, but if you do want to be a mentor, we've had interview conversations, if you will, with people that we thought were great mentors for this program, and we're very grateful for the response. The response has been overwhelmingly positive, and so we want you to partake, if not as a mentee, as a mentor, because we know that there's a lot of people that have a lot to give, and we are in a creative space where a lot of you have a lot to share, and so please keep us posted, DM us, be in touch with us. We do see this long-term project continue on in hopes to pair artists with mentors. And so, and whoever wants to be mentored, I think something that Roger was saying is that we were all reiterating the same, like there's a point in time where we need to move forward sometimes requires assistance of people that have been there, walked a little bit ahead of us, or walking right next to us to just kind of guide the way, shine some light. I know I've been mentored in many areas of my life as a business owner, in event and portrait photography. I couldn't manage the business all on my own. I know I've had to do mentor in the physical, in the IRL, if you will, outside of the space. And now in the space, I have a mentor. And so I feel like this is part of growing and developing and not giving up when things are hard, but pushing through with someone. And so we think this is very important. I don't know, Mike, if you want to jump in and add something. And if you have a question, we do have a few more minutes for the space before we land the plane, as my friend Milton will say. Feel free to jump on, request. We're here to answer any question. But if you don't have a question, I would like to go around and just highlight our mentors and ask them really quickly in a short minute, tell us, what are you working on and what you're excited about this week? I'll start with Ryan. What are you working on and what are you excited about this week?
I am actually in London right now. Alice and I, my partner Alice Vexel, we have a piece that's in the post-war and contemporary art day sale tomorrow at Christie's. So we just were at the showroom looking at all the work, and the auction is a live auction. It's actually an inscription on Bitcoin. It's an ordinal that comes with a physical print as well. So a lot of focus has been on that and all the sort of logistics around that auction. But then afterwards, we plan to check out all the other things happening right now during Frieze Art Week in London, such as Frieze Art Fair itself. And there's some interesting things happening at Asprey Studios. And yeah, lots of stuff going on. But this week it's focused on London and all the art happening here.
Sounds like a fun week. That's amazing. And hello to Alice and baby Alice. And F. Dot, tell us what you're working on and what are you excited about this week?
Oof. I am the kind of artist that is just working on a lot of different projects at once. So currently working on some long-term projects that just moving them to the next stage, trying to get them out there. That's taking up most of my focus because last week was really all about the Canal Street show and been recovering from that because that was a huge celebration and undertaking, and also just trying to get all those artists proper documentation and put our little videos together to share all the excitement from that. Other things that are exciting me this week, I'm excited to have a quieter week in terms of going out and having to just recharge my social batteries a bit and get some time on these projects that have been slowly coming together, but also just need a lot of love to get them done before the end of the year.
Love to hear the balance, and what a great show. So fun. Hope you guys do it again and in a time frame that I can make it back again. I think if you didn't make it out and you saw some videos and pictures, show some love. It was amazing. Thank you for that, F. Roger, what are you excited about this week and what are you currently working on? I'm part of the 24 hours of art, and behind the scenes, there's a lot of goody stuff that you're working on. So I'm excited for you to share.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's the 24 Hours of Art Collective all day, every day. So we hang out in the Telegram and have a good time every day. Write the 24 Hours of Art report. Goes out in the morning on X, as well as a Substack newsletter that contains all the links and images and some closing thoughts. Next step that we took recently with that is we started writing a broader digital art market report. Released the first one at the beginning of September. The next one is going to go out at the beginning of November, reflecting on the past 2 months. And so that's where get to tell some more stories, right? Not just the data and the sales, but to tell some more stories about what happened and what mattered in a sense of, and not just sales based, right? Get to flex beyond that a little bit. That's always fun. And then the latest thing, I didn't know I'd have an opportunity to say that in the spaces, but we're trying to introduce an interactive layer on top of 24 Hours of Art report. The report's great. I'm going to continue writing it. I believe in it. It's at my core. But an interactive layer means to spruce it up, to gamify it, to make it engaging, and to make it Web3 centric. So Transient Labs has a .fun competition going on right now, and we introduced an MVP concept. It is fully built out. You can play it. It's obviously not in its final version, but you can play it, have fun with it. We really want to introduce it, and I see this as a growth engine, hopefully not just for 24 Hours of Art, but for art. I think it's an interesting curveball-ish way to approach art engagement, discovery, and sort of the milestone events that we're all experiencing together on a daily basis.
That was the funnest thing this morning. It was like a competition of who's at the top rating, and Milton jumped in and showed his screen and was like, I beat 787, which was hilarious to me, but he gave us a little tip. But F. You had your hand open. I don't want to miss you. I do want you to ask or say what you needed to say.
Yeah, there was just one thing I forgot to share when you were asking me. I drew a blank when you asked me what I was excited about this week. So I said I'm excited for a slower week, but I wanted to quickly celebrate the artists that were at the Rio Art Residency that had their first super rare drop this week. So we selected 4 of the artists that were with us this summer at the residency and curated them into a super rare discoveries. So shout out to Madam Selke and those 4 artists, one of whom sold their first piece today. So really happy to see Luco and the other artists elevating. And then also I'm preparing something for Marfa next month. So if anybody's going to Marfa, Texas, I would love to connect with you and share a bit more about what I'm planning. That's it.
I'm so jelly for Marfa. Can I just say that out loud and express how FOMO I'm going to be? I really want to go.
Last minute, get those tickets.
Man, so I did apply. I'm just waiting. I'm in the process of waiting right now for my visa, which, it's not right now. I'm on a holding pattern with German visa. But anyways, I'm really excited for those that are going to Marfa. It seems it's going to be a blast. And so I'm really jelly on that. But I want to move on to Siobhan. Tell us what you're working on and tell us what you're excited about this week.
Hey. So for most people, they know that I'm working on currently an AI companion project. I just finished exhibiting the project at Art Science Museum Singapore and also the Canal Street Show in New York recently, which was super fun. And yeah, I think for now, I'm just kind of going through all the conversations that people has had with the chatbot. I'm working on a new post that will go on Instagram. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can check out my current project, on my pin tweet. But yeah, so it's basically what I'm working on and will be working on for a period of time, but I'm having fun.
Siobhan, your expose was so fun. I put a picture down in the chat box. If you want to go take a look, I think the immersive experience or the immersive floor experience at the show was amazing. I really think that you're up to something really fun, but very exciting with the trends of AI, but very informative as well. And so I think it's not just interactive; it's also educational. And so I'm grateful that you brought your exhibition over to New York. I think that's fantastic. I don't know how the logistic worked, but I know it took some time of planning and all. But you did not only do that in New York, you were also and you're gonna have to jump in here and tell me where you were before New York that you were displayed.
I was displayed at Art Science Museum in Singapore.
Singapore, art, science, and museum. I think a lot of breakthroughs happening when it comes to AI, and you're at the forefront here within the Web3 space. And so we're very honored to see your work. I was honored to see it and experience it, but then also you joining us while you have this immersive experience happening as well. And so we're very grateful. We're so grateful for your time. We don't want to take too much time. We have just a few minutes left. And so, Paul, take it away.
Nice. Yeah. Um, Guys, everyone who is here, just want to thank you so much for your time, for your talent, for your expertise, and for your willingness to work with us, and to be the first mentors of this program. It's honor. It's an honor to have you guys here. You all. You really exemplify what's going on in the space. We have builders, we have artists, we have, just visionary type of minds here. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't, kind of in awe of the fact that you guys agreed to do this, in our humble little, initiative here. So we are, um, extremely thankful, and extremely grateful and really excited to see new relationships forged and new paths being laid out for folks that are interested in this process. And given by the amount of people that we have in here, it's evident that people are interested and really just keyed in on finding a way to be as impactful in this space as they can be. That's something that is, I feel like, always difficult. Whatever impactful means to you, whether it's through your art or through your interaction in the community, or just, um, that you want to share thoughts. And so we absolutely thank you. Again, for your time. We're all excited. I know Mike is excited. I know Matt is excited, and I know Annie is always excited. So we are grateful for you guys.
We're so thankful. If you don't follow us on Twitter, please go ahead and follow us. Light Art is a member of Me Llamo Art. Me Llamo Art is a nonprofit organization that supports artists, and here we are supporting you through this new initiative called the Mentorship Program. So stay tuned. We'll keep this rolling. Stay tuned for our next week interview, our artist spotlight, which we're so grateful to be able to roll those out every week. But I know that every week these mentors have things going on their Twitter. So if you're not following any one of them, please go ahead and follow Siobhan, Roger, F. Dot, and Ryan. You won't regret it. Their posts are very informative and constantly staying up to date with a lot of great stuff that's happening in this space and resharing. And so go follow these people, go follow them, and stay tuned with what's next with Light Art. And we hope to in touch. If you are not on Discord, you're missing out. But follow us on Discord, share some thoughts, build community. We're really here for you. DM us if you need anything from us. We're really here to share about art and what's happening. And so we are a bridge for you if you need that. And with that said, anything else? Paul, did you want to say anything else?
No, I have nothing else to say. I've said it all. Um, go to Light Art, our website, and if you're interested, please enroll in the mentorship program. We'll be going through applications. The applications are open until the 11th, right? So yeah, so you have a few days here. So if you feel like you want to take a shot at being mentored, and again, encourage anyone who feels like they are interested in being a mentor. Please reach out to us via DM. We're all available to you. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We are so grateful for each and every one of you. We look forward to speaking with you, hearing from you in the next coming days. With that said, have a great Wednesday.